Welcome to Buddha Talks. Today's story will reveal a hidden superpower, a power so rare, so quiet yet so transformative that it can stop violence, crush egos, and bring peace. This is the story of a monk who didn't fight with words or weapons, but with silence. The power of not reacting. A story that can change your mind, your reactions, and maybe your life. In the shadows of the Himalayas, in a small village surrounded by mist and pine trees, a boy named Kashin was born. People said he was born during a thunderstorm, and maybe that's why the storm lived inside him. As a child, Kashin was quick to anger, quick to respond. He would shout back, fight, cry, argue, anything but stay still. If someone mocked him, he'd punch. If someone ignored him, he'd scream. To him, not reacting meant weakness. His mother once told him, "Kashin, there's more power in silence than in shouting. One day you'll understand." But like many children, he brushed it off. One day, during a heated fight in the village square, Kashin saw an old monk sitting nearby, calm as a stone, watching the chaos like a man watching clouds pass. That monk was Bhante Arya. After the fight, when everyone left, Arya approached Kashin and said, "Every time you react, you give away your power. Anger is like a thief. It steals your peace first." Those words echoed in Kashin's mind for nights. He couldn't sleep. For the first time, he realized something inside him was tired of reacting. A journey into silence. Kashin left his village and followed Bhante Arya to a secluded monastery called Still Waters, hidden in the mountains. It was unlike any place he'd ever seen. The monks there didn't talk much. They didn't react to insults or pain. They observed. They breathed. They stayed calm, even when the world didn't. Kashin struggled. His mind screamed when his body sat still. His thoughts fought each other like wild animals. But the monks taught him a lesson. You are not your reactions. You are the awareness behind them. Years passed. Kashin grew. He learned to observe his anger instead of becoming it. He learned to breathe through pain. He learned to let go. Tested by fire, peace is easy in the mountains, but the world will always test you. One day, soldiers from a nearby kingdom stormed the monastery. The king, paranoid and angry, believed the monks were hiding rebels. The soldiers insulted the monks, destroyed their gardens, and even slapped a senior monk. Kashin stood there, watching. His fists wanted to clench, his mouth wanted to shout, but he didn't. Instead, he bowed his head. The soldiers laughed and left. But the next day, one of them came back alone. With tears in his eyes, he fell at Kashin's feet and said, "We came to break your spirit, but instead your silence broke something inside me. Who are you?" Kashin smiled and said nothing. The king arrives. Word spread to the king. He couldn't understand why his soldiers were speaking about peace after meeting a monk. Furious, he rode to the monastery himself. He shouted at the monks, demanded answers, threw food on the ground, and finally stood inches from Kashin's face and roared, "Why don't you speak? Are you weak? Are you afraid?" And that's when, after years of silence, Kashin spoke. "I am not silent because I fear you. I am silent because I've defeated the only enemy that mattered, my reaction." The king was stunned. Something shifted inside him. A flash of memory returned. He remembered as a boy being rescued during a fire by a monk. That monk was Kashin. His sword fell from his hand. He knelt down and said, "I came to crush your calm, but your calm has crushed me." The ending. The monk who spoke without speaking. Kashin did not return to the monastery. He walked into the forests, away from the palace, away from noise. But the legend of the monk who changed a kingdom with silence spread far and wide. People whispered his story not as a myth, but as a lesson. Reacting is instinct, observing is wisdom, and silence is power. Today, when people get angry or feel insulted, they remember Kashin. And many say, "What would the monk have done?" And they breathe. And they do. Nothing. Thank you for watching. If this story moved something inside you, remember, the next time you're triggered, the most powerful response may be no response at all. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You're watching Buddha Talks, where stories don't just speak, they awaken.